Oh, that one. I like that captain's log. It's my favorite one.
Oh, Picard's got misgivings, though. This is not going to end well. Wonder if those misgivings are on that shuttlecraft.
Do you think Picard ever had misgivings at Thanksgiving?
Yes, they do still celebrate Thanksgiving in the 24th century, except it's when the Pilgrims arrived at colony Tau Ceti 5.
Captain Sir Hunchy McWeirdwalk.
Yes. However, you smell like the inside of a wool hat after being inside that robe for 20 hours. Looks like he's pretty determined here. Oh, Worf.
Was Worf just talking down to him or talking down at him?
I think Worf has no inner monologue, so he was just talking out.
It's a Klingon genetic thing. Very rarely are they able to think inside their own head.
Oh, Worf learned something.
The brass bird system. You just go here and get some bears. It'll be good. Bears.
I'm right here. I can hear you.
Except for the death. None of the death. Ugh, he doesn't need a comb over. He needs a comb under.
Well, you can see the makeup stops at his hairline because, again, they never envisioned this being in HD where you could see his scalp.
And how red he is.
This actor here is, of course, the wonderful Roy Brocksmith, who you will all remember from Total Recall, that pivotal scene where he shows up and intends to convince Douglas Quaid that he's still in a dream and gets him to swallow the pill.
Mm-hmm.
So he shoots him in. Douglas Quaid shoots him in the face and spits the pill out onto him. He was very. I mean, this is right around that same time, so this was like his peak. Good old Roy Brocksmith.
Would you say it was potentially his peak performance?
Yay!
Full circle.
Roll credits. So here, what they're here talking about is like, Starfleet's not military. We don't want to be generals in space. And then throughout the rest of the series and every other show, they got to blow stuff up.
Yeah.
You know, Dominion, the Borg, the Romulans, the Ferengi.
Okay, realistically, though, the Borg were kind of being jerks. I mean, they deserve to be shot at least a little bit.
We all know how the Federation ends up feeling about the Romulans. All right, so Season 2, Episode 21, Peak Performance.
Yeehaw.
This is one of the better, Season 2, the diehard Trekkies know, Season 2 was affected by the same writer's strike that delayed production on Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. So a lot of episodes of Season 2 are A-plots of unfinished A-plots from two different episodes smushed together. And so like there's two different things going on in some episodes. This is not one of them. I think this episode was written after the strike, so it was like from the ground up, original story. And it's a pretty interesting. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got, of course, like I just mentioned, a few great guest stars like Roy Brocksmith. If you noticed the redheaded tactical officer standing next to Worf there, that's Glenn Morshower. He's in everything. You will see his IMDb credits: general, colonel, captain, sergeant, general, detective, lieutenant, general. He's one of those guys. I think what's his name? Kevin Bacon kills him in X-Men First Class. He's like some hapless general or colonel that shows up and gets killed by Kevin Bacon.
So he just pretty much always plays a red shirt.
Yes.
No matter what career line, he's still the equivalent of a red shirt.
Yeah. So he's one of, because they split the crews. They each go onto two different ships here. So they need some extra people to kind of fill in the gaps. So he's one of those guys. He takes over for Worf at Tactical. There he is. And of course, Dr. Pulaski is on this second season episode.
Awfully echoey out here. That was a weird thing to say.
Captain don't like Mr. Kolrami.
Oh, and here's the Dr. Crusher replacement.
Oh, yeah.
Who I'm still never a fan of.
She was McCoy in a skirt. She's old. She's grizzled. She's set in her ways.
And she's snippy, yeah.
Yeah. She says things out loud while people can still overhear them.
She does the same McCoy face, too. When she finds something funny, she does the same, the lean in eyebrows.
Yeah.
It's very McCoy.
So Commander Riker has to form his crew out of the main cast here. And Worf is doing some aromatherapy relaxation. Oh, it's not working.
Well, he was building a ship in a bottle, but he got angry and broke the bottle, so now he's just building a ship.
Yeah. The last time someone rang the doorbell, he broke the bottle.
What a weird chair.
That's, oddly enough, that's like something Alexander likes to sit in later in the show, so it was kind of premonition, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen Worf sit in it. One of Worf's best answers here. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again, sir. He's like, whatever. War games. No one's dying. It's not worth it. That's what you want in a Starfleet security and weapons guy.
Worf, if you just let them install more lights in your room, you wouldn't have to get the spotlight for your desk.
That's classic Trek, dude. You got some eye lighting and some weird, mysterious mood lighting.
And some naked dudes wrestling on a desk.
Yes. That's KLS wrestling Mugalore, whatever. For the god thing. Of KLS, of religion, Klingon, something. Anyway, Worf's on board.
Important note is Worf's on board.
Worf's with him.
Oh, and number one, I'm taking Worf back. That's not fair.
Oh, Wesley, it gets to be a scene and all that. That's so cool. Yay, Wesley.
I mean, it was really weird that as soon as his mom was on board anymore, Riker started spending a lot more time with Wesley.
It's called mentoring. Mentoring. So Korami's a smug jerk in every way possible. It's because his race is apparently, they're all just about statistics.
Do you think if he stuck his head out of a car window, his flaps would flip around like a boxer?
I think if we see Zach Dorns in current Trek, their cheeks would be probably CGI gills or something.
Yeah, they'd be like moving.
Yeah, glowing, and it would serve some sort of sexual purpose too, because that's what New Trek is all about now.
He's got royal jelly out the wazoo. Well, yes, that is where it normally comes out.
That everybody keeps their wazoo in the same place, Captain. I always imagine, like, you're tired of walking through the ship and you just take a break. It's like a shopping mall seating area for husbands. Just there in the corridors. Like whoever did the interior design for the sets also worked for the Galleria. The Del Amo fashion mall, perhaps. And here's another, it's a in-series game that has no rules, or we're just supposed to assume it means something. It's not like 3D chess or anything.
It was nice though that they got to repurpose Bane's headgear once he died, turn it into a game.
on 5 different planets, this is considered a sexual couples game. Is that the game that Lenina Huxley tried to play with John Spartan and Demolition Man?
Well, that wasn't a game, but sure, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Which, Riker, I mean, he's up for experimenting with whatever. He'd be in for it. Well, go over there and slap him.
And even though we're watching the redone HD edition, this was actually a really good graphic back in 1989.
Well, what's funny is a lot of the holograms and other things looked pretty good for this series. I didn't actually ever mind the effects that they used in this show. I thought they were great for the time.
Yeah, Star Trek was always top shelf special effects. I think because they got Industrial Light and Magic basically. Yeah. So.
They get aboard the ship, tribbles go running everywhere. It's just messed up.
Tribbles are a biohazard. Don't bring them on board.
Only when you give them radioactive wheat.
The transporter detects them and eliminates them in transport.
No one's listening to you.
I like how he just swings his pad around like, la la la.
I know this was a decommissioned ship, but have teenagers been partying in it? What happened?
This is like the academy where you break in. It's like the ritual.
Oh, the hazing ritual.
The hazing where you break in and write your name on the bulkhead. This is also the dumbest looking bridge they've ever put together for any ship on Star Trek.
Who drew all the dicks?
Hey, 420 is not cool. Do not pay attention to this graffiti.
Worf agrees. And it smells a little bit like black mold, but I mean, it'll be fine. Sir, life support just reads as bad.
No, life support or the warp engines read as don't bother. I need you by my side, Worf.
Yeah, like literally full of parts and tools because this place is in shambles.
And wire.
There is a TV circuit board by his feet.
Tweakers got into this.
No joke. Next to his feet, that is the main board out of a CRT.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
He says that every time he goes to Risa. So smug. Okay, you guys put those things back together. I'll put this thing back together, and then we'll just... I mean, yeah. Skeleton comes out. That was his few necessities? That could repair a whole ship? That's amazing.
Yeah, everything comes in like one briefcase. Ooh.
One of the nacelles starts shaking with smoke coming out of it like a shitty airplane.
There's some dust in the carburetor here, sir. It's like Flight of the Phoenix.
Yeah, get some antimatter to fuel the drive.
Hey, I made like a whole scene of picking you for my crew. You could just be thankful.
Don't listen to him, Wes. It doesn't count. That is the actual word. Challenge means mismatch in our language.
It's like how there's no Klingon word for thank you.
Yeah. Man, rolling Data under the bus.
I know. Once again, playing on Data's naivete here.
That's all I hear. Looking at his face.
What you don't know, William, is that those are Zach Dornian sex noises that you just made.
Well, they're appropriate for that species.
He's got a little too much oil in his hair today.
He also looks like a fortune cookie came to life.
I don't understand like the color scheme they were going for with his mustard outfit.
That was, well, they were curtains hanging in the casting office, and they forgot a costume for that character, and they're like, shit, we need something. And then, you know.
As Carol Burnett said, they saw it in the window and couldn't resist it.
Look at Smug Lady, just happy to be on camera.
Engineer Becky's got an idea. Shut up, Becky. You didn't need to finish that, Becky, get out of here.
She wants in Riker's pants so bad.
I forget the actress's name, but I read that she was married to the drummer for The Doors, John Densmore.
Really?
So that's her famous. She was just a very minor actress, though, except for this role in Next Generation.
Did he say scavenged and not scavenged?
It has municipal properties.
And then I guess here, I don't know. You do it, Becky. That's made of glass shards.
Yeah, literally, you just inhaled all of that. It's like fiberglass. Please.
You're in plasma physics class? It's amazing.
And
yeah,
you forgot
sure,
to shut it down?
Yeah, can't that, I don't know, blow up the ship?
You're pretty dumb for a straight A student. That's why I'm here, sir.
Oh,
Well, he
man,
hates
this guy.
everybody. That's why Starfleet keeps sending him out on field missions. Like, just get him out of the office just for a week, please. And don't even let him take an Excelsior ship. Give him a shuttle so he doesn't bother anybody. Look, I'm not done underestimating you as some stupid kid yet.
Help, I'm alive in here. He trapped me. I'm a living being.
Oh, Wesley smirks because he knows something you don't know.
Yeah, he's stealing antimatter for their engines.
Guile.
It's happening again.
Huh?
What do you want, demon? Leave this ship.
Meet me after the game. What?
What does she mean by bust a nut? What?
I don't know if it's in this scene or the later game, but somebody just legit shows up in his JCPenney cardigan sweater, like his Macy's Ralph Lauren sweater. And they just said, well, that's fine. No one will see it in the background. Maybe not this scene.
Whoa.
Oh. Whoops. And that's probably the Zach Dornian chuckle or the celebratory sound that they make. That's
Oh, no close-ups. Just
yeah.
push back. Push back a little bit. I am totally fallible.
So yeah, it's kind of weird here how, Data wants to be human, but he spends the next 20 minutes questioning his infallibility and his complete, androidism here. It's like, rejoice in the fact that you lost and made a mistake. That's what humans do, Data.
Yeah. You failed at something. That's like 95% of our lives.
And now you get to learn from it. What could be more human than that?
Definitely not that thing that's talking.
He's got his Ziggy there, just taking notes on his little pad. Oh, whatever. Asshole.
I'm going to crack you open and get the message out. Mr. Salami.
And you smell like liver and onions.
That, and he made fun of me in middle school.
It's because he's what my friends and I call a dumb jock, and now it's time to take him down a peg.
He may still get all the girls, but I got all the money.
Make sure he ends up at the space car wash by the end of the week.
Stop scaring my fish. Come over here.
No, it's
Stop
not
it.
food. That's for decoration.
Kalrami, over here.
In fact, the fish, I don't even see the fish. Is it not even there?
Yeah, they're all hiding. They do not like him. And the women under him. Joviality. There's a word for the week.
Yes. Well, Picard brings out the SAT words whenever he's got to take a jerk down here. Well, that's why I always had high vocabulary when I was a kid, because nothing on the Enterprise is broken. It's malfunctioning.
Mm-hmm. Stop talking about your repository all the time, Data. Jeez. I mean, there's a lady in the room.
There are ladies present.
And I do not bruise. You're kind of ticking me off.
In the figurative sense, Data. You have an imagination, don't you? Except this deduction I just made about myself.
Yeah.
That one I'm totally sure about. Data, I think you may know what it's like to be human after all.
All I know is if his pins on his collar were resistor values, he wouldn't be worth much.
2.5.
It's like a couple ohms. Okay, now we need to run really quick because this thing's going to start spraying whipped cream everywhere.
Everything all right. What the hell? How's the plasma reactions?
Well, that and my Playboy. I'm watching you two.
Thanks, Commander Riker. They couldn't even give him pants that he could zip all the way up in the back, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's worse than a kick me sign.
Everyone's sitting there on the ship prepping for this. All of a sudden, the ship next to him just...
Oh, it smells like Jean Nate in here.
Were you smoking before you came in here and yelled at me?
Dr. Pulaski, you are the unhealthiest looking doctor in Starfleet. Yet you're on the best ship. Now, how is that possible?
I want to know the science. Ooh, I just malfunctioned there for a second, too. I like how it has like soundstage carpet. That kind of really, crinkly carpet they put behind barriers and things to kind of kill acoustics. Then we'll kind of blow up a little bit.
Wait, no, that's not the... Wait. I think you all misunderstood what we're doing here.
Commander, have you ever heard of the term quantum implosion?
We won the battle. The victory is ours because we destroyed ourselves before you could do it for us. I always wonder sometimes, do they keep the communicator pin with the person's specific uniform? Do they all put them in a jar at the end of filming? Like every episode, they just reach in and pick one? It's like the one he's wearing now is the one Data wore 2 episodes ago.
That's actually
Those are things I thought about when I was like 9 years old and also 40.
I have that same concern now. I'm going to focus on that for a while. Like, do you think Frakes was like really like the one he had? So it was like he etched his name into the back.
It says JF on the back.
It could be that some of my makeup rubbed off between my eyebrows. See, there it is. Kind of thin right there.
They made them stay really late to film this scene to get some natural irritability out of them, I think.
They let Patrick Stewart drink a whole bunch of coffee and then didn't let him go to the bathroom, so he's like feeling really urgent.
Yes. Like, no, just one more take, Patrick, just one more take. Because, you have to take that whole uniform off just to take a pee.
Yeah. That's something. So that was why I questioned when I was a kid, because I saw that they only zipped from one side and they were one whole piece. So it always bothered me. Like, they're still alive. They still got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Do they just transport their stuff off in the bathroom?
I always thought that there was some kind of hidden future pants to it or something, like some kind of seam you didn't see, other than the obvious zipper up front there.
Why is he not discussing this with the captain?
Yeah, right.
Do you love me?
Brent Spiner.
You're stalling. Drink the poison.
No, it's Brent Spiner channeling Tim Conway here.
Kind of a jerk, really. I mean, like, really kind of a jerk.
He's a smug alpha male, dumb jock,
Sex addict.
jovial,
What else?
womanizer.
That was on his dating profile. Sex addicted, jovial, womanizer.
Sorry, I'm not that good of a counselor.
Well, she's just done trying to counsel a robot. She's like, I'm over it. Whoa, a couple people in the back there have some really bright lights in their quarters. They gotta dim those.
I'm here too. Hi, I'm Wesley Crusher. Hi, I'm here. Aha.
Launch all photon torpedoes.
The Kool-Aid maneuver.
That's where you bust through the wall and go, oh yeah! I like how the tactical station was labeled tactical in case the tactical officer forgot where he was supposed to be. They just launch Worf out of a photon torpedo tube with his batleth. Just
Yeah.
Well, that's what they do. I mean,
Yay. Pew, pew, pew.
I mean, they racked up like at least 75 points on you.
Yeah. Oh, so you like him now, do you, Mr. Kohlrami? I thought, shouldn't his reaction be like, oh, I had no idea he'd be capable of such a deception?
Well, see, in his culture, bro hazing is a lot stronger. So it's just, he was actually showing a lot of respect. It's basically the better you like someone, the stronger you haze them, almost towards blazing hatred. Ram them.
Ramming speed, which is something Worf actually says at some point. Yeah, I think in First Contact when he's fighting the Borg with the Defiant. Yep. Trivia question: what number is above Riker's head on that panel back there?
I don't know. I didn't see the lady holding the washcloth either.
Yes, and we get our cool guest star number 4 coming up here. Armin Shimerman is captain of this Ferengi vessel. Of course, Armin Shimerman would star as Mr. Quark on Deep Space Nine. It's a lifetime sentence of playing Ferengi. No one wanted you here, Ensign Becky. Get out of here. Back to engineering, Becky.
Why exactly is this happening?
He just wants to get out of there.
He needs to take a breath every once in a while, too. And I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, I think Korami just wants to get out of here. And there he is. Mouth breathers.
We got confused.
Literally shooting first and asking questions later. Something the Romulans usually do, but good for you, Ferengis. Good for you.
He looks like someone's, like the Ferengi look like someone in the movie Scanners started making their head blow up and then stopped halfway through.
Or do you remember in Blade when he would hit the vampires with that serum?
Oh, yeah.
And they would get all bulbous and gross.
Every Ferengi is an angry 10-year-old trying to talk down to you. Why do you mean I can't have another cookie right now? You're not making any sense. Close your mouth.
Sorry, I have a cold and a deviated septum.
Maybe the Ferengi are like pugs. They've done intentional breeding for so long. They're just so messed up they can't breathe. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom. Now they're calling it a derelict, huh? Before it was improvisational. Now it's a derelict. What the heck is happening? Or the poker game. Please tell me. Also, bring those nachos.
We're just going to stop and have a presentation here.
I know, because they only got 10 minutes. They are like stretching their time.
Yeah.
He used to say something else besides hat.
Well, you said you had it.
As in, you would all die.
Why would Worf think that's unfortunate? He's dying in battle.
Rest in peace, Becky.
Shut up, Engineer Becky. She has that hairstyle of like your dentist receptionist, Becky. You know?
Yeah, just trying to look nice.
Just fun.
You know?
It's just a fun and easy hairstyle. She drinks Crystal Light and has Special K for breakfast. You know,
Goes jogging.
apparently you just run.
Yeah, I understand. Is that going to be our new Star Trek thing now? It's like, man, this person's being such a Becky.
If they have that kind of haircut, yeah, that's a total Becky haircut. Proctor, I hardly know her.
It's been 9 minutes and 14 seconds.
We've been waiting for Prophet. Give it to us.
Gold pressed platinum.
Ew.
Whoa, you Federation guys do not screw around.
Yeah, holy. We'll think twice before we mess with you again on the streets. Well, yeah, they're all starships.
Yeah, there's not like a sloop flying through space.
Yeah, it's not a frigate. Yes.
And a lot of typing. Call Rami, close your mouth. Also, there's some on the bridge smoking. We haven't been able to figure out what it is yet. So if you could hurry up and get us out of here, that would be beautiful.
I can smell your age spots from here, sir. Get off my bridge.
No, make like a tree and get the hell off my bridge.
You don't ever touch the ensign ever again.
He's like leaning against him too. What a weirdo.
He turns around. Yeah, he's striking a pose. Like what? No. Classically trained actor.
So why exactly was this derelict ship just chilling outside of a planet that the Ferengi had access to? Like, why did the Federation leave it there? Normally when there's a starship that's not being used anymore, they go and turn it into a museum or like something, you know?
I compare it, even though this is several years before it, I compare it to the plot of Down Periscope, starring Kelsey Grammer and Rob Schneider.
Oh, you don't gotta tell me who starred in Down Periscope. That's
also
one of the best.
Patton Oswalt. But yeah, they take a ship out of mothballs and say we're gonna war game with it because we don't care what happens to the ship.
Yeah, but that one was in a naval shipyard.
Yes.
I want to know, why was this thing floating in deep space doing who knows
the
what?
The Blue Lotus sector or wherever it was.
The Brass Lotus.
Brass Lotus. That funky lotus. Urgh.
He'll be fine. He just needs to take a nap.
Oh, yeah, so look at this guy over Data's shoulder here. He's
right.
In like a Ralph Lauren sweater or something.
Yeah, it's got like a pattern on it.
Yeah.
Maybe they had it in the wardrobe.
Right.
Like, and they're like, oh, this looks spacey enough.
This was found in the 24th century duty-free store at Starbase 24.
It's got like a camel and a palm tree on there.
There's something weird going on. It's like it's like a global, like, you know, when they put navigational lines on a globe.
Oh, yeah. Well, near his right shoulder, it says Africa.
Yeah. Huh, I wonder if it's like some 20th century artifact he just likes to wear.
Yeah, he bought it on future eBay.
Yes.
Got a bidding war over it. Well, I do have to say that was definitely a peak performance.
Yes, for the second season, not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it.
And like I said, you know, second season, it was wasn't as good. You know, like the third season was like finally the show comes into its own, right? Some really deep stories about Prime Directive and the Borg show up, of course, at the end. And second season is kind of like, yeah, we got the Borg and we got there's some fun episodes and some episodes that are really forgettable, but peak performance always kind of stood out to me. And I think also because of Roy Brocksmith's performance and seeing him in Total Recall at the same time kind of just reinforced his presence, in pop culture. Kind of like also Total Recall, you hear Robert Picardo's voice in that too, so
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was definitely nice.
I forgot.